Hi, everybody. I am going to be working on some more stuff inside the foundry, but I need to get some redstone, so I made a couple sieves. I got a heavy sieve and a regular sieve that I am sending some compressed dust through right now to grab some redstone. And, well, I guess I can actually go show this off. Yes, those are making. So I started building some of the foundries. We've also got, or the smelteries rather. This one here is doing auto creation of seared bricks, which we have almost 4,000 bricks right now. No, excuse me. Um, and we decided to go with the seared glass for all the walls of the smelteries just because it looks cool looking at all the melting metals in here. And we are going to have a different smeltery for each type of metal. And we decided we would need, what, a total of 4 buildings this size eventually. The other thing that we're going to do, you may notice a lot of these holes in the floor here. So each smeltery is going to have a casting basin, or a casting table and a casting basin. And then there's going to be a pipe coming up from the floor that's going to feed in whatever the material is for that smeltery. We also have a pipe in the back here that's feeding into the seared tank for the lava. And we'll go down in the basement and I'll show you how this works right now. To start off with, we're going to have a diamond chest right here towards the entrance that a pipe is going to come down out of and feed all of these Java barrels. And the Java barrels will only select the ore that is assigned to that smeltery. And then there's going to be an item transfer node on the top of each one of these that feeds up into the smeltery controller for that smeltery. The other thing we have going on down here is we have a igneous extruder that's making a bunch of cobblestone. That cobblestone is getting fed into all of these crucibles, which have lava underneath of them. So we are generating more lava that's getting piped up into the seared tanks. So the whole process is going to be extremely self-sufficient once we have all the pipe work in place. Yes, yes. So any of the excess cobblestone is getting thrown into this last crucible, which is then piping the lava into these stone barrels, which I have to put another item transfer node on that one. I may even add some additional stone barrels here at the end, just to a total of 6, which is then making obsidian because there's water flowing on the top of the stone barrels. And then all that obsidian is being piped up into this cache that's right by the door. And we're currently at 156. Not bad. Which is nice because my new tools that I started making are all obsidian. So you get the reinforced 3 right out of the box, plus any leveling up. You can end up with reinforced 4, reinforced 5 as these things level up. So they get extremely powerful hammers and axes and even my matic, things like that. Also, the mining level for a obsidian hammer is Ardite. So I can go out to the nether and start mining some of the more advanced ores right away. So we have seared brick in the first smeltery here. Second smeltery is copper. Third smeltery is iron. Fourth smeltery is going to be tin. Number 5 is aluminum. Number 6, I haven't put anything in there yet, but I think this one's going to be gold. And then this one over here will be silver probably. And then I have to look and see what other metals we're going to need right away. Oh, if you mix two metals together? Well, let's see. You're doing iron. What all mixes with iron? Iron and nickel would make Invar. Liquid redstone, which would make a conductive red metal. Blood and cobalt to make pocophenium. Obsidian, aluminum, and iron all make alumite. Liquid emerald, blood, and molten iron makes pig iron. So yeah, nickel would be the next one, and actually we probably should make one of these smelteries for nickel, because Invar is going to be one of our next useful metals. So I'm probably going to do one of these is going to be nickel, one of these is going to be Invar. The other thing people may have noticed is I do have these redstone clocks that's generating the ingots on this one. I'm actually thinking about putting one of these redstone clocks on each one of the faucets and then having this lever so that we could turn these on and off and let them auto smelt or auto pour, and then having the same item nodes underneath like I did with this one, filling caches. So we would actually have a series of caches going down. Where'd that chest come from? Oh, yeah, so what I would be doing is putting a cache basically right where that chest is, having an item transfer node underneath the casting table, or the casting basin rather, that would feed into the cache, and then a redstone clock on top of this faucet that would just keep spitting out copper blocks in this case, and then a switch on it that we could turn it on and off. Well, like I said, you design it, I'll make it functional. Oh, you head to the volcano? Oh, please don't let it be volcano day. Well, yeah, it turns into basalt cobblestone when you break it, unless you use silk touch. I so can't wait until we get some power so I can automate these. And yes, I know we have that little waterfall, but that little waterfall does not generate nowhere near enough power for what I want to do. Because I have so many massive machines and automation things in mind for later towards endgame. Don't give too much away now. So don't give too much away now. Over there's Yeah, there's a couple of them over there. I haven't broken them yet because I want to use them for Thaumcraft. And I am just okay. Yeah, I am done with all of those dust blocks that I was running through the sieve, and we ended up with a lot of stuff. I got 42 redstone, which should give me plenty enough to make the pipes that I need. So let me grab glass. We're going to smelt some cobblestone, or cook some cobblestone, or whatever the proper term is when I turn cobblestone into stone. Bake? Would that be more proper? Then I've got almost 3 stacks of glass. So that should give me a good start. I do have a cache over here that has some sand in it. Oh, I need to make some food. Oh, I didn't show this off yet on camera either. So the big giant mountain that used to be behind our house is now flattened. The only thing that's raised above ground is the mine. And then I started putting in our agricraft crops. I don't know if you've been over here to see this yet. But I am going to have basically every crop in the game is eventually going to end up here, with maybe the exception of the Botania crops. I might put those over where I'm doing the Thaumcraft and Botania stuff. Haven't decided yet. I am just going to... Oh, I didn't bring a watering can with me. Damn it. I think I left the juicer over there too. Wow, I'm just doing great today. That's okay. At least I have my glider now, so I can get back and forth quicker. Oh, I'm going to have to move those drying racks inside the foundry and hang up the templates around the building. Well, I just noticed I've still got patterns over here floating in air from where the smeltery used to be. Alright, I want to make a bunch of carrot juice real quick because, yeah, I didn't even notice that I was running low on food. Oh, we need to start making a bunch of creosote too. Well, we've got a coke oven now that's functional. It's just not properly in the building. And I think I hooked a drum up to it. I can't remember if I actually did or not. I know I was thinking about hooking a drum up to it. Did I? Yes, I did. Yeah. Ooh, what am I doing? Okay. So, yeah, I hooked a drum up to it. We've got 96 buckets right now. I think we might need a little bit more than that. Well, keep in mind, we're going to be connecting all of our buildings, our mine, our lumber mill, our tree farm, the foundry, everything's all going to be connected by railroad tracks. And since we have railcraft on here, we can't make regular railroad tracks. So we have to make the railcraft railroad tracks. Yep. So we're going to need a bunch of treated sticks. We're going to need a rolling machine. We're going to need all that railcraft stuff. So I do have almost 8 stacks worth of coal over here that I'm going to start feeding into this furnace. Or the coke oven, rather. And then I'll just start... I've got another barrel that I'm putting coal coke in once it finishes. So we're end up with a lot of coal coke for fuel, which I'm okay with. Because we'll use it to make steel later. Yep. So, yeah, it'll turn out good. The one you had in Creative World, I think, was almost an overkill, but well, actually, being that we're gonna have 4 of these buildings here, yeah, I guess it's not too bad. Just keep in mind that since we are gonna have 4 of these buildings, you might want to kind of center it in between the buildings. Well, I was thinking one more building this way, on this side of the building, and then the other 2 would go directly behind. I'd have to terraform this other hill, and then they'd just be lined up behind these 2. So the center would be however big of a gap we're going to put in between 2 buildings right here. Let's go with a 5. Yep. And we need room for railways and however we're going to have the railroad drop off. So, yeah, I think 5 would be... Yeah, 5 would be good. And what was I doing? I was making pipes. Ooh, do we have lapis? We have no lapis. We also have no end pearls. Ooh, crap. Diamonds. I might change gears a little bit. So, as much as I want to get the pipe work done for the smelteries, in order to make the item transfer nodes and the liquid transfer nodes faster and more efficiently, I need end pearls, and lots of them. So I think I'm going to start thinking about a mob farm, which I'm going to put... So if the... I'm just flying up here to plot this out a little bit here. So if we're going to put another one of these foundries back here, that means I can put mob farm back here and be far enough away without conflicting with anything. Just these trees back here, I don't know if you can see me where I'm at. Yeah, I'm thinking right here because I don't want to be too far away because we want to make sure we're still spawning stuff when we're not here. And I'm not going to make it way up in the air like we did with Skyblock. I'm actually going to put it closer to the ground and use the spikes. So I am going to terraform all of this down and then put basically the same... It's going to be the exact same mob farm, only it's going to be lower to the ground spikes. We'll be able to actually walk underneath of it and just collect all the items. We may not even have to walk underneath it to collect all the items. I might use a vacuum hopper and pipe everything out to caches out here in the front. So we can just stand here and just grab stuff out of the caches. I think that's going to be the way I'm doing it. So, okay, let me go grab a sheep with a piggy on his head. It's a flying pig. I so want to kill you. Because I want that hat. I now have the flying pig hat. You need a build guide so you can make a circle. Builder's guide. How do you make those? I can't remember how expensive those are. I thought there was a builder. There we go. Building guide. Enhanced building guide. Ooh, enhanced building guide. Is that the one that takes the patterns that I was thinking of? Because regular building guide is just glass, redstone, and a torch. Oh, yeah. Do you want a building guide? You'll see. I already had a bunch of stone and I was making more. Oops. Okay, so build guide. I don't know if you've ever used one of these. So, where's your center at? Right here-ish? So build guide, I put down, and then I put a torch on it. And we'll tell it we want actually, let's put the torch on top, or the thing on top. So, what size do we want this? We want this 8 by 8 by 8. So 9 would be, why are you not going bigger? Oh, I bet you I need a wrench. But anyway, when you turn it on, can you see the blocks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that tells you basically, well, this is an 8 by 8 by 8 sphere. And you don't have to make it a sphere. There's a way to change these. Is it Control? Shift? I thought you clicked it with an open hand to do it. Axis mode, octagon mode, hexagon mode, pentagon, triangle, dome, full cuboid, cuboid, cylinder. That's what you want. And then cylinder, we want to make a I think it has to be up in the air more, maybe. Because I think we have to be able to get under it, maybe. It's been a while since I've used one of these. Here we go. Cylinder mode, and we want it to be changing sizes. We have been recording for 26 minutes. So we are at 10 by 10 by 10 there. So it's these little plus signs on the side is what you use to change, plus and minus sides to change the size. So that's there. When I right click on it, it tells me my size is in chat. There we go, that's a 10 by 10 by 10. So now that we have everything sized out that way, we put a switch on it. I'm off center. Yeah. I'm one block exactly off center. You want 11? I can make it 11. Okay, give me a second. That one and that one. Okay, so that's all 11s. Do you want me to center that back up? Because it's not going to be centered with the gap between buildings. Because if you're going to have a 5 gap between buildings, hold on, 2, 3. So your center, 1, 2, 3. So center needs to be here. Two blocks which direction? Okay, and 2 blocks backwards. 1, 2. Okay. So if I put it there, and then we'll throw our torch on it. I love building guides. They make everything so awesome. And we are almost out of time. Ooh. Rogue chest here that I'm just going to break. That's right. I'm just moving it out of your way because it would be inside your building. Okay. I love build guides. They make things so much easier when you're building stuff like this. And then, like I said, you can actually change the pattern on this. So you can do a dome, you can do squares, you can do triangles, you can do all kind of weird shit with them. And then, and then I just noticed that there's an enhanced builder's guide in here, which I don't know what the difference between the builder's guide and the enhanced builder's guide is, but it requires end pearls to make. So once we get some ender pearls, I think I'm going to build one and see what the difference is. Because that would be pretty cool, honestly. And all those are part of open blocks. So say what? Okay. 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 Well, like I said, it's just a guide. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay. All right. Well, since we are out of time, I do want to thank everybody for watching and tuning in. And remember to share, like, subscribe, and comment. Please leave your questions, bitches, gripes, moans, complaints at the bottom. Um, Also, any suggestions for the channel, we're always open to suggestions from our fans. Um, Also, tell us what you think about the new microphones. I'm kind of liking them myself. um, so, anyway, off camera, I'm going to start on some terraforming, and when we come back, I should hopefully have somewhat of a mob farm up. All right. Thanks, everybody.